G'day there guys, welcome back to our Medieval 2 Total War Let's Play. The last episode saw us take Nyköping from the rebel garrison that were holed up in there, and looks like this episode we're going to be taking Upsala up here. With this army that we've got in Nyköping, I think we can straight away go up and just take Upsala. So I'm going to leave a garrison unit somewhere just back here in Nyköping. So I'll leave the 2 peasant infantry units and move the rest up to Upsala. And I will also move the ballista up, but again I don't think they're going to get there in time, so it's not a big deal. Down here in the south, excuse me, we had our diplomat Ralph moving around again, and he will move to Lithuania or Poland or whatever territories up here next term, and we'll get some more trade agreements going. Up here in the north we've got the Norwegian army sort of just sitting on our border, and the Norwegian crusading army sitting right next to Oslo, so don't really know what's going to happen there. We'll see what happens next turn. So yeah, I was told that Aarhus is pronounced differently. It's closer to Aarhus or something like that. It's like trying to say "oh my god," apparently. The part of O is Aarhus, something like that. So yeah, that's the proper pronunciation. I'm probably still pronouncing it wrong, but I'm giving it the best shot I can. What I did forget about is that we did have a navy moving towards the Finnish or the Finnish Sea or the Finnish coast, just scouting out that area to see if anybody holds it or if it's still rebel territory. There are just some more pop-ups from the stainless steel update, and of course they've got a new mission to take Upsala, so which is good. It means we're going to get more money. The game already knows where we need to go. So here's Admiral 2. We're going to move him around. Okay, so Turku up here is still held by rebels, and Revel down here is held by the Lithuanians. And I don't think there's any other cities. So it looks like the last piece of territory that we're going to take in Scandinavia is going to be Turku over here. And then of course we will have to take Norway as well. So that should be an interesting turn of events. Up here we're going to attack Upsala. It looks like there was a rebel army, which is good. That means that they will have to reinforce, and we can take them down on the field, so we'll get a nice field battle going. So they've got a couple of crossbow militia and Viking raiders, so nothing to worry about. We've got a fairly sizable army, so we're going to start the battle. And if we manage to take out both units, it means that the city will be left ungarrisoned and we won't have to siege for it, which is just a little bit nice because we don't have to wait an extra turn. Okay, so we'll start the deployment. Nice winter map. We'll just create our skirmisher line at the front here, and then we will throw our Viking raiders on our left flank and our spear militia on our right flank, and that should keep everything in a nice line. And we've of course got our scouts who will act as our right flank cavalry, and we'll use our general for our left flank cavalry. So we'll start the battle.
They hope to make up in numbers what they lack in skill.
And it looks like the rebels have their reinforcements coming from up here in the northeast, so that's fine. We're going to push up straight away. Let's see if I can get that line properly. Doesn't look like I can. That's okay. So we're just going to select all of our units here and readjust them. And unfortunately it doesn't seem to work very well compared to the newer games when you hold down spacebar to tell you where the units are. Unfortunately it just doesn't seem to work, which is, it's fine, not a big deal. We'll move our cavalry around of course, and pretty soon our archers will be in range, so I'm going to get them to run actually, because we want to get as many minimal shots from them as possible, so we'll quickly rush them with our archers. Okay, and our scouts can clean up their crossbows. So we will move them to the flank, just make sure we keep them out of range. Okay, it looks like the rebel crossbows are advancing on us, so we're just going to hold our ground here and start firing. In a ranged engagement, they're going to win out. Crossbows are far superior to our levy archers, but hopefully because we've got 4 to their 2, we'll be able to do something about that. Okay, so we've opened fire. We're going to get that cavalry charge. It's only light cavalry and they'll be charging through the forest here, but we should be able to do some damage to them. Their Viking raiders are moving up, so I'm just going to quickly move up my infantry line, and in fact I can get my general to charge these guys. So over here on the flank, our scouts have charged them, and my own levy archers are firing on my men. Sorry if you hear a bit of background noise, guys. It's just it's very windy at the moment and it's banging around. Okay, so our general is going to get this charged nicely, and yeah, we decimated that unit, so that's good. We just want to avoid friendly fire, of course.
Like the coward he is, strike hard and break the spirit of his army.
Okay, so my scouts aren't really doing as well as I thought they would. That's fine.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, so we just chase down those routing units. We could also get our general in there as well, though. I don't think there's any spear militia around except for way back here. So they have sent up their ranged units undefended. Okay, so we've caught them with our scouts. So with our general involved, we should be able to make quick work of them, but we of course have to get our horse out before these spear militia get up there. So I'm just going to quickly advance our ranged units and our line infantry and just move them up. We'll see if we can shatter these units. Okay, so all they've got is a spear militia and a Viking raider, so nothing we can't deal with, of course. So we'll pull back our cavalry and let our levy archers here deal with the remaining troops. And we will also turn them off skirmish mode, because they will run back as soon as the spear militia get too close. So I'm just going to let our scouts chase down this unit over here. Just get the extra kills. Our archers should be firing soon. We may have to pull them back though. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to pull them back. That's fine. So we'll push up these guys and we'll get these two to charge. And these two units over here can also charge. I'm not quite sure where those guys are going.
Mighty Lord above, we have captured the enemy's general. That will teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run.
Okay, there we go. Our line have engaged, so I'll get some flanking shots with our general. And down here, our scouts should almost be finished with this unit. Indeed, so we'll just let them clean them up.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
So my general got dragged into that. That's no big deal. We'll just pull him out. So we can get some flanking archer fire, which is good on this unit here, the spear militia. And I was sure I had a couple more. That's right. Okay, so we're going to end the battle. Okay, so we lost 86 men. So that's all good. Should mean that the city will be left ungarrisoned. Hopefully, anyway. Yep, okay, so we've taken Upsala. That's good. We've now pushed even further into Sweden, and this has got to be the last territory, at least in Sweden. It might be the second last. And it looks like there is one more just up here. I can see a border. So, perhaps even two more. Well, either way, we completed the mission to take the settlement, and we do have a spy which we can send around, but he's just going to take too long to get over there. So I'm just going to move this army out of Upsala and just keep moving towards the northern half here. And Upsala is about ready to revolt, but that's fine. As soon as those peasant levies get recruited, they will keep the city happy. Okay, so we're just going to keep moving this direction. I assume this is a border here anyway. I'm not quite sure what it is. We'll find out in the next couple of turns anyway. So we're going to end the turn here. Unless there's something we can build somewhere. We can upgrade Lund with the wooden wall, and we can also grab a ballista maker, but we don't really need one. That's sort of just a waste of money. Down here in Roskilde, we can build a town hall, which I will do, and Aarhus here will build another ship and 2 spear militia units. You can also hire an assassin actually, and a couple of other agents, but we don't need them, so we're just going to leave it like that and end the turn. And our diplomat is moving slowly closer to Lithuanian and Polish territory. So it looks like after we've taken all of Sweden here, it'll soon be Norway's turn, and then once we've taken Norway, we can sort of work out where we're going to go from there. We might move south towards the Holy Roman Empire or a naval invasion. I think what we should do is do a naval invasion of Britain, clean up the entire British Isles, and then do a land invasion of the Holy Roman Empire. So the King of England is dead. We have been given a gift by the Pope, so the Pope must like us. Even though we haven't actually joined the Crusade, the Holy Roman Empire just joined and Portugal joined. So I imagine Cairo will soon be under siege. There's nobody around at the moment. Okay, so we've got our ship returning back to Sweden here. And our army, led by Eskild, is going to keep moving into territory up here. So we're going to soon find out whether or not this is actually a territory or whether or not it belongs to no one. Although, however, there is a rebel army, which means that there must be a rebel city somewhere up here. So we can clean these guys up. It's only 4 units. We can send out a party from Oslo. So we'll send out the 2 Viking raiders, 2 spear militia, and 3 bow infantry and our general. Okay, so we'll fight this battle on the map. Could have sent everybody, but we'll make it a little bit interesting. So this will be the second battle of this episode, which is good. We haven't been getting too many land battles because everything's been pretty much siege battles at the moment. So yeah, once we do start fighting other factions, however, Norway and England and Scotland should get a little bit more interesting. So we'll start the deployment straight away. And in the typical fashion, we'll put our skirmishers at the front like they pretty much already are, and move our Viking raiders to the wings, the left wing, and our 2 spear militia on the right wing, and we'll just hold our general back at the moment to see what happens. So they are over here. So I'm going to speed things up because it could take us a while to get there. It doesn't look like they're going to come to us, so I'm going to march all the way over there. Okay, we'll have a look at their army. So they do have crossbow militia again, 2 Viking raiders and a cavalry, so we definitely outnumber them, although they do have the superior range, or at least the superior range troops. We have far more troops that can do ranged attack. Okay, so I'm just going to rearrange the army just a little bit. Alright, we'll push our general out onto the left flank, and he will act as our flanking force, of course. So they're already getting fire on us, so I'm just going to slow this down. So we lost a few men from that unit already, but that's fine, that's just levy archers. And not all of our units are in range, so I'm just going to have to push everybody up. These 2 levy archers have far less range than the Norse archers, who are unfortunately getting attacked now. Okay, I'm just going to turn their fire arrows off. A little bit unnecessary, and means they fire a little bit more slowly. So we might speed it up through this skirmish phase here. We can start pushing our spear militia around. We'll try and take out as many crossbowmen first, I think. In fact, I might start pushing up the line now, so do that, and hopefully they stay in formation. They should. And our general can move around to the left flank. Okay, so this unit's quickly depleting, but they're also doing a fairly decent job at destroying our Norse archer unit. Unfortunately, the crossbowmen tend to be more heavily armoured and are a little bit more accurate and do a little bit more damage. Okay, so we're just gonna I think we're gonna charge this line and get everybody to these 2 to attack this Viking Raider unit, and these 2 to attack this one. We should break through on the left flank, and I will have my general supporting that. And I will make sure that our ranged units are now targeting the cavalry. So they are Huskarls. I don't know if they're particularly good. Haven't fought against them before, but I do have my general getting a charge on. And we will also have our archer units getting some fire on them as well. So we managed to take out quite a few.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy. Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, so we're going to chase them down. And their Viking raiders are now breaking. Okay, it looks like we've broken their army. Should be pretty much a chain route from this point. Okay, so we'll just chase them down. As soon as their general breaks, this crossbowman unit should break as well. We do have our spear militia catching up to their huskars, so those horses are going to fall pretty quickly. Alright, there we go. So we'll end the battle. 126 men lost, but not a big deal. And we'll move that force back into Oslo. So the fact that there was a rebel army does mean that there is a rebel settlement somewhere in this area. Which is fine because we're moving this army across and we should be able to probably find them next turn, unless they're over here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. There's not much more we could do again. Just see if we can upgrade anything. We're building most things, so we'll go down here and get our diplomat to... where is that diplomat? Am I missing something? Where's our diplomat? Okay, so our diplomat must have died. Okay, our diplomat died, so Ralph is gone. He served as well. So it looks like we're going to have to recruit a new diplomat. There is the Norwegian crusading army. So they haven't attacked us, which is good. They're on a crusade anyway. So we'll just quickly hire a diplomat. There we go. And he should be ready next turn. And then, of course, we will send him round to Lithuania. Okay, so we'll end the turn. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. Ralph served as well. I imagine most of our generals will start dying soon as well from old age because we haven't really gotten many new generals, and most of them have been with us since the game started, and we're now on turn 28. So yeah, I don't think we can attack Norway. I think you get a massive penalty. And speaking of needing a new general, we've got Erlen Adler here, age 19. Good traits, but poor command and chivalry, so that's fine though. We will accept him. The Council of Troyes. Then we have a new mission, which is diplomatic relations with Scotland. Okay, so it looks like Scotland has part of the mainland, which is very interesting. I don't know whether or not that means England has succumbed to Scotland rule. It's very possible. I know Scotland has a tendency to do very well against England, so that's fine. We can send our diplomat that direction and get relations with Castile and Aragon and all those nations instead of going to Lithuania. Over here it looks like Norway has excuse me, another army, or at least to make a full stack, and as well as their crusading army, which is now southward, of course. Up here we're going to move our General Eskild into rebel territory soon, or at least next turn, so I really don't know where this city is. Well, I do have a spy over here again, but I'm using him to keep eye. So I don't know if we can recruit a spy from here. We can indeed, and we can also recruit a Viking radar and a scout unit, so we'll do that. And we can upgrade the castle. Probably should have been checking that. In Skara, we can also upgrade here. And doesn't look like we can do any more upgrades. We can do some minor construction over here in Nyköping. We'll just do everything, I think. And we can also upgrade the wooden castle here in Upsala. So all of my cities have reached 2,000 populace, which means we can upgrade all of them. And Aarhus here, or Aarhus, can upgrade to a stone wall, so we will also do that. Over here, there's, again, we can't do anything until we get around here. So I'm going to end the turn again. And we do have that scout ship, which I might send towards Scotland, actually, because if we are planning on doing a naval invasion, we're going to need some information about which are the strongest factions that we probably want to take down last, just so that we can secure some proper territory in the British Isles before we get into any major wars with the major factions. So if Scotland has taken over most of England, it looks like we'll be doing an invasion of England instead. And England looks like they have a diplomat next to me, but they're not engaging in diplomacy, which might mean something. Usually that means that if there's a faction who's doing that, it means that they're going to actually attack you. So it could mean that England is moving a invasion fleet. Over here we've got an end of turn report. So we're still not doing all that well, actually. The Byzantine Empire is probably the biggest faction so far in the game, which is probably what we expected. Join the Crusade was our mission. We failed that, so it's not a big deal. Faction announcements: a noble life ends. Niels, our general in Skara, died. That's okay. We've got Eskil Godfredson taking care of that. And looks like nothing else important, so I'm going to move. Oops, sorry. No, we don't have a general here. So we're going to send a general. Bjorn here is going to take care of Skara. And over here, Eskil is moving towards the rebel settlement, which is still not in sight. I don't want to go down here and then be it up here and completely miss it. So I suppose we'll go in between. This is fairly unusual. I'm going to send my general out to have a look, actually. So it's definitely not up here in the north. It must be here on the coast. And it's not. Okay, so I'm going insane then. This territory belongs to us because this is our border. This territory up here, unless there is a settlement up here on the northern part of the coast. Okay, I have no idea. I'm so confused. I think we own all of it. Okay, I think we own all of Sweden, and there was just a rebel army walking around. So we kind of look like an idiot with all of our armies around searching for a city that doesn't exist. So we're going to pull all of our units back to their cities, and it looks like we're going to plan out our invasion of the British Isles. So I'm going to get that scout ship wherever it is. It's all the way over here. So we'll get another ship. We'll use this one here, and we will send them towards England. And in the next couple of turns, we'll have some more information about our possible invasion. Norway has a massive army down here. So I'm just going to make sure that Oslo is nice and reinforced and that we have complete dominant control of this part here. I don't want Norway landing any sort of naval invasion while we're doing our own. So we're just going to leave it like that. And let's see, we do have our diplomat. He should be moving towards Scottish territory. This belongs to Norway. Okay, so Norway now has territory down in mainland Europe. And I have no idea what's going on. This fog of war just makes it impossible to know what's going on. So this is ridiculous. So Norway is not just restricted to these two territories, which probably explains why they can uphold two full stack armies. They have territory down here in mainland Europe. So they suddenly become a much bigger threat, and we can't attack them, of course, because they're on a crusade. England is excommunicated, so that's good. We can attack England then. They won't be on the crusade. So it looks like England might be our next target. Scotland is on the crusade, I believe. I don't think there's any way to tell from here, but yeah, it looks like we're invading England, and Norway will come next after they finish their little crusade down in Cairo, which is now starting to come of full effect. We've got the Crusader states with their first army near Cairo. So yeah, I didn't expect Norway to have territory down here. That's fine. we can push them out here and then turn our attentions down to Groningen. But for this episode, I think we'll end it here. We managed to take all of Scandinavia except for Finland, of course. So I think we made some pretty decent progress. So next term we will be scouting out the English. Next episode we'll be scouting out the English coast, probably maybe even taking Finland. And yeah, so it should be good. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see any more, hit that subscribe button. So until next time, have a good one.